And it's at the top, isn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, all four of you guys.
Well, you should have by yourself.
Like a cult.
You have
Be
friends
great.
this time. Good though, right? We're not missing anybody.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay, all right. You got good hair, and let me know when you're ready. At least I got that right this time. Okay. All right, it is 6:30, and I'm going to call this meeting to order. Everyone is here. All rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, no public comment. I need a motion to approve regular board meeting minutes of April 12th, 2023, as presented. So moved.
Second.
Pappas?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I need a motion to accept the canvassed election results of April 4th, 2023, as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Motion carried.
You skipped Larry.
Kathy.
Did I? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's Katie, and I can't. Just tell them that's my
Get him.
Permanent?
Katie. Oh, yeah. What was it again? Yes.
I'm so sorry.
He abstained, 6-1.
Can't believe it, Larry. Can't
I know, I just, these things happen.
Good. Okay. I need a motion to accept work to be done by Reed and Peterson for a total of $48,000 to reline the damaged pipes at the high school.
So moved. Second.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the current meeting as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Would you like Miss Gersh to read those minutes to you so you know what they are?
I mean, we could.
Julie, can I have the floor for 1 minute?
Yeah? Could we finish?
Yeah.
Do you want to finish the minutes?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or do you not?
I'm done.
Okay.
Is it back?
Are we okay?
Okay.
Okay, no problem, just a motion was made by member Belt, seconded by member Herman to approve the regular board meeting minutes of April 12th as presented. Roll call was taken, all members in attendance voted yes, the motion carried. A motion was made by member Missouri, seconded by member Belt to accept the canvassed election results of April 4th as presented. Roll call was taken, and all members in attendance voted yes, the motion carried. A motion was made by member Missouri, seconded by member Herman, to accept the relining of the high school pipes by Reed and Peterson for a cost of $48,000. Roll call was taken. All members in attendance voted yes. The motion carried. A motion was made by member Missouri, seconded by member Belt, to approve the minutes from the current meeting as presented.
Sounds good.
Belt.
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Sorry, Herman.
Yes.
Pappas.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Awesome. Ron?
I just want to take the minute to the residents for allowing me to serve the last 8 years here for the Beach Junior School Board. It's been my privilege. I'll miss it, but it's 8 years is a long time. But I would also like to take a minute to thank a few past board members who played a major role in many of my decisions and improvements with here in the district. Karen Scrametti, Ed Palmisano, Carla Weissel, Janet Paulmeyer, Paul Goldrick, and my current board. I just want to say that y'all played a key role in my 8 years here, whether it was positive, negative. We all lived and we all learned together. Thank you.
Well said. Thank you for your service.
Before you adjourn, Ms. Pappas, the Beecher Tuner and you would like to thank our board members who are leaving us with what I believe what the kids call a swag bag.
That's awesome.
The principals went together and they made they found some items that they think, make sure I give everybody the right ones. So you got an elementary shirt in there, you got some sports shirts in there, you have an awesome Beecher hat,
That's
and then
awesome.
a thank you from the district.
That is such a great
So thank you so very
idea.
much for your service, I do really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
And thank you. Thank you. And then, I'm sorry.
You need a motion to adjourn, sign, and die.
That's it? That's, it's sign die.
Sign, die.
Okay.
Means we'll never meet again.
I need a motion to adjourn, sign die.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right, so we need our 3 new board members to come on up and find a now vacant seat. Apparently Ms. Pappas is gonna enjoy her name tag.
I just don't want to be accused of anything else. Oh, here you go.
Joe, I know you're not, no, you're fine. I mean, we're gonna have some dead time here, but
Yeah.
we're just gonna continue on. It does say immediately following.
I'm so happy for you.
We probably should have had them appoint the president before they adjourn and sign die. As Larry is the city vice president, we'll have him start us out and then he'll send it over to my connection. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like we have 7.
Are we ready?
Thank goodness, Steve Sarson has a college shirt on. All right, Mr. Vice President, when you are ready, sir.
All right, I will call this regular board meeting to order for the reorganization of the Board of Education. And the first item is the appointment of the superintendent as the president pro tempore. I assume we need a vote on this?
Do so. Need a motion and a second.
I need a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Herman?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Bell?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Well, my first action as president shall be. If you could do roll call, please.
Flores?
Yes.
Bell?
Here.
Same did. Mazurik?
Here.
DeChenko? Here. Herman?
Yes.
Flickling?
Yes.
Hanson?
Fantastic. I don't have public comment provided to me. Mr. Herman as vice president, anybody give you a public comment sheet?
No, they have not.
All right, we'll go on. Board oath, the 3 new and 1 returning board member. You should have your oath in the very front of your packet, if you could find that, please. So you are going to start, if you could please stand, and you're going to read it in unison. It's going to sound marvelous like a choir at church. Ooh, I'm at a school board meeting, I can't say church. So once you start, obviously you insert your own name where it says insert name. You're going to go all the way to the bottom. There's a little gap, please don't read the superintendent. You don't need that part. Sound good? Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I, Ashley Zurich, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of member of the Board of Education of Beecher Community Unit School District 200U in accordance with the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the laws of the State of Illinois to the best of my ability. I further swear and affirm that I shall respect taxpayer interests by serving as a faithful protector of the school district's assets. I shall encourage and respect the free expression of opinion by my fellow board members and others who seek a hearing before the board. while respecting the privacy of students and employees. I shall recognize that a board member has no legal authority as an individual and that decisions can be made only by a majority vote at a public board meeting. I shall abide by majority decisions of the board while retaining the right to seek changes in such decisions through ethical and constructive channels. As part of the Board of Education, I shall accept the responsibility for my role in the equitable and quality education of every student in the school district. I shall foster with the board extensive participation of the community, formulate goals, define outcomes, and set the course for Beecher Community Unit School District 200U. I shall assist in establishing a structure and an environment designed to ensure all students have the opportunity to attain their maximum potential through a sound organizational framework. I shall strive to ensure a continuous assessment of student achievement in all conditions affecting the education of our children in compliance with state law. I shall serve as education's key advocate on behalf of students in our community school or schools to advance the vision for Beecher Community Unit School District 200U. And I shall strive to work together with the district superintendent to lead the school district towards fulfilling the vision the board has created, fostering excellence for every student in the areas of academic skills, knowledge, citizenship, and personal development.
Congratulations.
No, you stayed good though. We did not, me and Larry did not do as good last time.
And if I'm not mistaken, Larry actually read the last paragraph as well. All right, so your first action as a new board will be to elect a new board president. So I am seeking nominations for 200U's board president.
I nominate Ashley Belt.
I second that nomination.
I have Ashley Belt as the name so far. Any other nominations? I need a motion to close nominations for president.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Mazurk and Hanson. By show of hands, who votes to elect Miss Ashley Belt as board president? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, unanimous, 7-0. Congratulations, Ms. Belt. As the newly elected board president, I no longer have to talk to these parts. So. On to your part.
Oh, you made it. I don't have to think. Okay.
Oh, no, we make things very simple around here.
At least for tonight. No promises after that.
So, I need a motion, no, I need nominations for a vice president of the board.
I would like to nominate Larry Herman for vice president of the board.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Are there any other nominations for vice president of the board?
Just for reference, you don't need a second to somebody being nominated as a vice president.
It's not on my paper. It is.
You just want to.
Doing great so far.
Okay. So I need a motion to close nomination?
So moved.
Second. Okay, so can I have a show of hands who would like to vote for Larry for vice president of the board?
Sorry.
6 with 1 abstention.
Okay, congratulations Larry Herman for vice president of the board. Okay, so now I need nominations for secretary of the board.
I would like to nominate Brandy.
Do you have any other nominations for secretary of the board? Okay, I need a motion to close nominations for secretary of the board.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
Show of hands who would like to vote for Brady Flores for secretary of the board.
So she's
Okay, so congratulations, Brandy Flores, for Secretary of the Board. Okay, I need a motion to approve the April 23 expenses as presented.
Hold on.
Okay.
Wait.
It's on there.
You still have to do your confirmation of board meeting dates.
Meeting dates.
Okay. But do we need to discuss
Right.
perhaps changing those? Yes.
So the dates themselves,
Yeah.
so if you want to change any of the dates outside of the one you already do, which is Columbus Day to a Wednesday, you need to have a public posting. But if you're going to keep it as the Monday, which we've always done, you don't have to do anything with that. If you change the time, you're allowed to change the time to whatever you want. I believe that's what you're discussing.
Yes. That's why I was looking to see if it was further or if it was right here we were supposed to do.
So I would first do a confirmation of the
The
dates.
dates and then discuss the
Yep.
time. Okay, so I need a motion to confirm the board meeting dates as presented in your packet.
So moved.
Second.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Diachenko?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Flickling?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Motion
Uh,
carried.
So now I'll open up discussion. We had kind of discussed maybe moving up the time from 7 to 6 o'clock so that community members could attend both the school board meeting and the village board meeting. Because with both of them starting at the same time, it kind of makes it difficult for community members to be able to attend both. We don't have to, we can keep it to 7, it's always been, it was just something that was brought up as something we wanted to discuss doing. So we can discuss, if it's something we kind of want to do, we can go ahead and vote and change it. If it's something we don't want to do, we can just keep it the way it is.
Just for discussion, my only thought to that was if we did something kind of like we did today, or sometimes we have like budget hearings or meetings before a regular school board meeting, that would start at 5:30. Do you think that would be any conflict for that or community?
So you don't actually have to have, I always start them early because what I don't want to have is us start at 7 for a hearing, and then that goes an hour, and then we start at 8, and then we're pushing into 10 o'clock. And so you have the ability to start a budget hearing, a levy hearing at your normal regular board, incorporate it within.
Got it.
I'm sorry, the levy hearing does have to be 2 separate ones if it's a truth and taxation hearing, but otherwise you're more than welcome to start anything at the regular board time.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
I mean, it's a valid point, I'm just saying what you
Yeah.
can do.
Okay.
Well, if I can speak from past experience, I actually agree with that because being on separate boards at the same time, we could never go to the other meeting, and that was a barrier, especially when important things were coming up. So I can kind of agree with that time, and I would be able to do 6. I don't know about earlier, but I can make 6.
What about you do, Ashley?
It's not a problem for me.
Not a problem?
And we can still go to PTO because that's at 5:30. So if somebody wanted to, they could still go to a little PTO and come. So,
Do we need to make that an action item, or we just do it?
It is not, because your time is just part of the agenda.
Yeah, okay.
So as long as you're not changing dates, you don't have to do any
Okay.
any kind
Okay.
of action items. So, moving forward, starting 6/12, will be effective 6 o'clock. I'll also let Mr. Barber and Marcy Meyer know that as well, so they can tell the village board members that we're now an hour earlier in case they want to come to visit us.
Alright. So, next item is the motion to approve the April 2023 expenses as presented in your packet. I need a motion.
Indeed, Bishop.
Additional bills that are in there.
So moved.
Second.
Missouri?
Yes.
Diachenko?
yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Flickling?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I'm sorry, it's going to take me a little bit of time to hear Missouri and
I
have
know,
your
I
voice.
got
Keep on waiting to hear Ron say
I
something.
kept waiting for him to answer too, seriously, because I watched the meetings.
Madam President, it's up to you. I know Mike is on his way, so you can do the treasury report when he gets here. And you can
Move
go
it
to-
down.
Yeah, that way he can read the numbers so magnificently as he always does.
Okay, I don't have any public comments. Do we have any guests or recognition that we're doing for anyone?
We have two people who are going to speak, but they're going to speak during the staff reports. So
Okay.
nobody in particular.
Let's do what we got. Next speakers. Oh, and that's the staff report. I don't say anything. So you want to start with Ms. Black?
It's your meeting, Madam President. You can start wherever you'd like.
Well, usually you just start this.
No?
No?
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to highlight a couple of things on the report. We will be asking for, to accept the recommendation of new hire for our open position. I did have some time over the last month to work with the other fifth grade teachers and interview some candidates, and we think we found someone who will be a good fit. So I'm assuming no one has questions, or probably would have already heard about that. I did put on here, we are working on securing maternity leave substitutes for the beginning of the school year for Ms. Daly and Mrs. Schwartz-Traub. We actually were able to secure over the weekend a sub for Mrs. Daly, so we're just working on a substitute. Last week, both second and third graders invited some special adults in their life to come see the art show for the second graders and the biography fair for the third graders, so that was really great. We also, 2 weeks ago, last week, we also had the state fair for fourth grade. That was on Friday last week. So we have some additional days coming up with kindergarten. They have the Bring Back the Fashion Show, so that will be exciting. And then fifth grade is also going to have their science fair. So it's great having people in the building. It was really nice. The police department was able to help us. Officer Hanson was still out on a maternity leave, so we didn't have him around as we normally would. So we reached out to the police department, and they were able to provide additional officers just to kind of, with having lots of people in the building on those days, just having some people around during those times. So it was really nice that we were able to do that. The other thing I really wanted to highlight, our student council was able to go to Feed My Starving Children, and they had a wonderful time. It was a really great opportunity. Both Mrs. Oppenheis and Mrs. Davis have started that club this year, and they've been doing some really great things at the school because they're very excited. They felt good about what they did. They've been raising lots of money and doing things around the school. So definitely wonderful to see. Did anyone have any other specific questions? Okay, thank you.
Would you like me? Yes?
Yeah.
I didn't know if you would need to call. Welcome, 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 welcome back. Thank you for being part of this. I said something about you last month, but you went around, so I apologize. One change for softball in the sports was we had games the 16th and the 17th. Mr. Du Bois told me the other day that both softball regional games will be the 16th. It'll be 4 and 6 o'clock. We had, I think, the 16th and the 17th with the finals being on the 20th. The finals will still be on that Saturday though, but 2 softball games at 4 and 6. I will email you something later about if you want to be involved in graduation. I will send that out at some point. I just want to talk about some senior things that we have next week and after. I sent this out the end of April. So next week on Monday is the semester test. Everything's due the 12th this Friday. Semester tests are Monday if they need to take them, Tuesday if they still need to take more, or if they can't get them all done in one day. Tuesday is, I think it's the 16th, yes. So the 16th is the boat trip and in Chicago, and I don't think it's the architectural tour. I think it's another boat trip, but I'm not quite for sure, and maybe you know more about that than I do. I can't remember.
Spirit of Chicago.
Okay, so it isn't dark, so I feel good about that, because I didn't think it was the architectural tour. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, we're gonna go to Top Golf, or they're gonna go to Top Golf. So we have about 60 kids on Tuesday, and about 40 kids on Wednesday. Ms. Calamino, our sponsor, reached out to, we had a senior class meeting last week. She's reached out individually to kids that weren't there. She's emailed others that weren't there just to make sure we get confirmation if they're going, field trip returns, sign permission slips, all that good stuff. So Ms. Calamino's done a really good job there. So we've invited everybody, but right now we only have 60 and 40. Thursday night is called, before I mess it up, Senior Sunset. So Thursday night, they want to hang out in our parking lot and I think play kind of, yard games and have like their picnic that night. So that is planned for the 18th. The 19th, we'll do the BES walk. So we'll take our kids down to the elementary at 9:40, 9:45, come back to practice at 10, hopefully an hour and a half, whatever it takes, and then we graduate that night, the 19th. So, yeah, I hear you. I'm well aware of that. I'm well aware of what you just did.
And I'm sorry if you don't know
yes.
this answer. What time do doors open on the 19th?
6 o'clock, no, 6:30.
Okay.
6:30, whichever, yeah.
What time would you like your students here?
Students are here at 6 o'clock.
In case anybody asks.
All on that sheet. The seniors received it. You didn't get one, because you're not a senior. Not quite, I'm a senior citizen, but you're
I'm a third.
Yeah. So, but yes, thank you. 6 o'clock library, 6:30, and again, it's first come, first serve. We don't have tickets, we don't have whatever. You come, the gym is done. Speaking of gym, do you want to say something about that?
Steal the thunder, I'm all right.
No, I'm not.
Go for it.
No, you got it. So, the small gym, so he'll talk about that. Otherwise, 4 more days with the seniors. I hear you. Outside, I did say I was going to provide pictures for the art. This second semester, Mrs. Hudspeth has done a really nice job. And when you leave, if you want to take a look at inside the case, it's like those, whatever, M&Ms and candy things. The kids really did a nice job. Really did a nice job. So, but instead of passing it out, I forgot it was in there, and I'm like, you'll see some of it anyway. So, but that was part of my plan to give you some pictures. But when you walk out with it,
Drama club putting out their
yes.
plans.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 7 o'clock at the community center. $8 for adults, $5 for seniors, excuse me, and students. Wizard of Oz. It'll be fantastic.
It's going to be fantastic.
Yep, they're working their butts off. They're all telling me how tired they are and 3 hours practice. I hear you. What it takes me?
5 hours of practice.
I don't know.
It's from 5 to 10
Oh.
every day this week.
Some girl just told me 3, maybe she can't count.
Let's not say that.
It was fun. She's good. No, they're looking forward to it. They are.
They work very hard.
Yep.
Because the set is just amazing.
Anything else? Thank you.
Would you like, Mr. Peters is here, would you like him to go ahead and do your treasurer's report?
Might as well finish staff reports.
Well, I got
We're
it.
there. Are you
Okay.
guys, yours long?
Well, I have two people presenting for you as well, so.
We can switch gears if you want. I'm going to.
It's your meeting,
Okay.
ma'am.
Let's pause our staff reports and go on to our treasurer's reports.
Right.
Balance in the Super Now account at First Community at end of April was $1,080,205.98. Outstanding checks for April totaled $31,495. April payroll expense carryover into May, $30,933.32. And the adjusted bank balance at $1,017,777.66. Lunch program balance $91,664.51. Impressed fund, $5,000. Even the total bank account at $1,114,442.17. The investment balances totaled $4,196,714.42. Leaving the balance of all funds at the end of April, $5,311,156.59. April receipts totaled $2,179,677.73. Expenses, $1,632,476.86. The individual fund balances, education fund, $3,352,774.19. Building fund, $77,983 even. Bond and interest, negative $74,261.86. Transportation fund, $836,926.11. IMRF, $154,327.05. Working cash fund, $178,680.80. Tort fund, $202,593.97. And life safety, $582,133.33. April interest totaled $1,941.81. That rate did go up 0.25% during the month, so it's inching up there. We had quite a few distributions from the state in April. The normal state aid of $265,918. IDEA SOWIC, $69,419 even. State free lunch, $42.34. ESSER grant for fiscal year '22, $824. ESSER grant fiscal year '23, $43.50. Title I, $26,105. Title II, $76.47 even. Title IV, $42.43 even. Special ed private facility, $72.8665. Special ed orphanage, $37,943.47. Special ed transportation, $67,376.63. And finally, regular transportation, $76,575.44. No real estate distributions yet, and the balances are in the packet.
I'm guessing the ESSER is just left over from before, it wasn't new?
Yes, so that's just, we've.
Yeah, what we have left over to spend.
Yep, we claimed it.
Okay.
We actually submitted a claim for it.
Does anybody else have any questions? No, I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
So moved.
Second?
Yushchenko?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Lichtling? Yes. Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, going back to the staff report from Dr. Gaham.
It's asked. We had 2 commercial FOIAs this past month. Both were satisfied in the time that they're required to. If you didn't catch the vidette on May 4th, we do have the amended budget posted. It is on the website. It's also in the district office. Again, that will continue to be slightly adjusted as funds come in. And then you guys on June 12th will have the final amended budget approval. The bulk of that is the insurance. You have to do an amended budget when you receive what's going to end up being about $1 million in addition. And then you're also paying an additional $1 million because it's kind of using us as a flow through. I believe the thing that Mr. Meyer wanted me to address with the gym was the punch list.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Yeah, and so if you were walk through right now, I mean, on the macro scale looks great. On the micro scale, there's still things that need to be finished. So he's either coming Wednesday night into Thursday morning, or he's going to be here all day Friday. It's threshold, it's edging, it's small things like that that he has to make sure fixed and cleaned up. So that's going to be done by the end of this week. Graduation will be held, promotion will be held as well in the gym. So speaking of promotion, you will see Dr. Kwasny. She will be here for the June board meeting. So Mr. Peichel has done a nice job. I've heard the staff has said he's done a nice job. He's seen the other side of of schools, and yeah, teachers and principals see 2 different sides of a coin. So so he's getting the kind of that trial by fire, and I think he's doing an all right job of it. So any questions about anything on my report or anything I just mentioned to you?
About the lunches, do we have a cutoff date for that, for when? Because I know you said we're trying to kind of change how we're doing it. Is there like
Lunches as in the arbor thing?
Yeah.
I will discuss it on number 10.
Okay.
But yeah, because I met with them, I was down at Peoria this week and I met with them.
Okay.
So they kind of gave me a different number than what they originally told me.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm very happy to announce someone who's very encouraged and very excited to present to the board. He's wearing a college shirt as well. Mr. Sarsney, come on up.
Appreciate that. Good evening. Not sure if you guys know me. I'm Mr. Sarsney. I've been at the high school for 10 years now. So I've been a school counselor for 10 years. I actually became a school counselor the back way. So I started off as working in the private sector for 10 years. I worked for JP Morgan and went back to school, got my counseling degree, and became a high school counselor. So I just want to highlight some things that, a couple programs that we have, and a couple things that you guys need to be aware of or know about. Number one, do you guys remember your school counselor?
Yes.
No? Well, well, anyway, so there's 3 domains that we have typically as a school counselor. It's under the American School Counseling Association. We have the academic, we have the post-secondary, and also the social and emotional learning. So we're kind of split those 33% of the time based on your school's needs. So academically, for example, I do the scheduling, make sure the students are in the right classes, AP classes, KACC classes. One of the new college and career platforms that we purchased that we have, it's only been here 2 years, it's called School Links. And it's been very, very, very popular among the kids. And when I first got it, I just thought it was just going to be for the high school, but actually the junior high has been really pushing it on for the 6th, 7th grade period, which is great. It's really, really good. We had, I think this is our 2nd year with School Links, and we've had a lot of traction. We've had over 5,900 kids logging in throughout that. So that's a ton of logins for these kids to go on there just to use it. So it's a great program. I'm going to hope we use scheduling through it. I use scheduling through it. On the socially emotional aspect of things, we do a check-in through it on every Wednesday, like a social emotional check-in for all the kids to check in. We also do interventions. So if someone gets suspended or whatever, they come and see me, and then I give them an intervention to do through School Links. Academically, we have a really good program that's taken off. Gosh, we started this in 2019. Prairie State College comes here and they teach some classes. So a student who starts at Prairie State College, they can graduate high school with 24 college credits, which is significant. It's a lot of money that they're saving, and the good news is that these credits are transferring. They're transferring over to the universities, which is wonderful. We also have, that's been increasing. So when it first started off, we had 18 kids sign off when it started in 19 and 20. Next year, I just did the scheduling, we got 32. So it's been increasing, it's becoming more and more popular. And to come speak of that, which has not been more and more popular, is testing. I was fortunate to go to this Austin School Counselor Conference, and I couldn't believe it. It's like when we went to school, it was what? ACT? Remember taking the ACT? And so we had to take the ACT to get accepted to go to college. I mean, there was no way around it. You had to take the ACT. Now, 71% of the institutions are test optional. It's unbelievable. And 33% of the applicants only reported in the US, only reported a test. So that's crazy, 33%. Our seniors this year, who are all going to 2 years and 4 years, 57% of our kids did not give a test score. 57%. So it just goes to, times have changed a little bit. The number one thing that they do look at, colleges and universities now, is strength of schedule. And along with the strength of schedule is the Prairie State College classes that we do have. So it's very, very, very good for us. And finally, the last thing that we have, this has been around for a little bit, is Ingenuity. Ingenuity is a program that we use for credit recovery. And thank goodness we got it right before the pandemic, because There was a few kids that just didn't do much of anything, so we used credit ingenuity to recover classes for students. And since we started Ingenuity, we've had 105 classes that have been recovered. And a lot of those classes were from the pandemic, I'll just say that. And some of those classes are half credits and some of them are full credits, you know. So we had about 105 of them. That's about it. So it's nice to meet everyone. Thank you for taking the time. If you guys need anything, let me know.
Do they have any questions for the wonderful guidance counselor?
School counselor, yeah.
School counselor. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
I forgot to mention in my report, I do apologize. Though Steve is not a teacher, this is School Teacher Appreciation Week. So first of all, to the teachers on the board, thank you to our 200 new staff. Make you all aware. So this week is a very big week for our teachers. And Joe Duncan, but he's not a teacher, but we're still going to recognize Joe Duncan. Just a different level of professionalism. He has a presentation ready to go.
Well, I'm in the technology department, so I can thanks for having me, inviting me to speak today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Joe Duncan, the technology director. I've been here 12 years. Big fan of School Links, so Sarsi would like me to say that. So I'm going to kind of give a high-level summary of kind of what the tech department's doing, what we're doing, our initiatives, where we're at, and then we'll talk a little bit about registration and our new insurance program. So as far as our staff, we have 3 full-time and 1 part-time employees. All of our repairs for Chromebooks are performed in-house, so we have about 20 repairs per week that we do on Chromebooks. The most common would be a screen breakage. The next would probably be keyboard or keyboard issues, and then followed by kind of a random host of it dropped, there's a dent, there's whatever, or just normal wear and tear. We do have in-house scripting automation expert for all of our database tasks, so for our student information system like PowerSchool, those automations will help move data from one place to another. Anywhere we can automate, it's going to save staff time, it's going to increase our accuracy. So there's less mistakes, less manually entered data, and more getting clean data in and out of systems. So that's what that particular task does. As far as Cat5 and fiber optic wiring in the buildings, we do all that. We get on ladders, we test terminations that are in all the rooms, we repair those. The devices we use, so K and 1 we have iPads, 2nd grade we have touchscreen Chromebooks, and then 3rd and up is regular clamshell laptop Chromebooks. Starting this summer, we have almost everything. We're just closing the loop on our Windows computers, and everything will be cloud managed. That helps us more quickly assist people if they're having an issue, no matter where they're at, as long as they have internet and their device their screen isn't broken, we can help them remotely and take care of them a little quicker with everything cloud managed. And speaking of internet and cloud, we have a hotspot program that we can loan out to students, staff, anyone that needs internet. We do have that free of charge, and people have been checking out Min throughout the whole year, taking advantage of that. We use Google, Microsoft, and Adobe, and different software, Kami, Noword Inc., Edpuzzle, Google Classroom, and School Links. Inside our classrooms, we do have one-to-one devices, so our school is one-to-one. We have an access point in every classroom. This room has one too, somewhere around here. And that means that in each room, the students are going to connect to the closest access point instead of 3 rooms down the hall, whatever. And that just means less interference, faster speeds for the students. We do have 75-inch screens in every room, so this is 75-inch. This would be an example what would be in every classroom. They're a lot brighter and clearer. They have a higher resolution than the old projectors. So we usually use these now instead of the projectors, and most of the projectors are taken out now. And they actually have a dock in their room. So if you go into a teacher room, they're going to have their laptop docked to a 27-inch monitor, which is a similar size to the ones you see around here in the library, and a keyboard and mouse. That way they can use that for their productivity. That same docking station links them to their 75-inch display so they can project and even be interactive, because we got over 50% rate of touchscreens roughly, just over 50%. So a lot of elementary has it, almost all, and then it kind of goes up from there. On their docking stations as well, we have document cameras, so those, if they want to manipulate a physical object, take a piece of printed paper and write, instead of everyone crowding around. It's kind of like the modern transparencies. We used to have transparencies, and we have projectors. Now we have document cameras, which are digital with like TVs and all that. So as far as some of the technical stuff, we do have security audits we've sought out from third parties. We're very proactive on trying to stay up on all the industry best practices on that. We do have, of course, our federally mandated filtering. We go a little bit above and beyond that, so of course, virus and spyware protection. And we also have School Manager, which allows us for some interventions for like mental health and some other alerting that's a little bit above just the basic like filtering out bad stuff. As far as funding, of course, we're tax funded, but we do take advantage of any grants or programs that are available. So we did get 249 Chromebooks through the ECF over the past 2 years. That's now gone, but we were able to fully utilize it. We did surveys and got every Chromebook we could with that. And another thing I'm really happy about is over the past 3 years, we've been slowly phasing out our paid internet contracts for free state-provided internet through the Department of Innovation and Technology. That's DO-IT. So last year, we dropped our main internet connection bill. We don't have that anymore for all of time, from what it seems like. And then coming up on July 1st, the connection from our high school to our junior high, that monthly recurring will be gone as well. So we're just trying to keep slowly dropping out those monthly recurrings, using more the state-funded plans, and just trying to get the savings that way. And after that, really our only cost will be a phone bill and our hotspots. Those will be our only like services recurring besides software. So for connections, those will be our two recurrings. And we will have increased speed. Right now we have 500 megabytes. We're going up to 4,000 megabytes, which is the 4 gig. So that's an 8x increase in our junior high speeds. Once the internet gets in our buildings, we have fiber between all of our equipment closets, fiber between buildings and all of our equipment closets. That's the best, most efficient way, fastest speed, least interference to really send a digital signal nowadays. And in the junior high and coming soon this summer, we have our audio-video presentation system. So it's like a one button, one plug thing that lets you present your multimedia when presenters come in, for gym, for whatever they need to use it for. And we have redundant servers for fast internet operations. We have a robust backup strategy with our data in 4 spots at all times. So we have our live data on our servers, we have it in our backup server, we have an off-site backup server in cold storage, and then we have cloud storage. So we have a bunch of options, so whatever hits, natural disaster, ransomware, whatever, we just try to, ransomware and viruses are always out there. They're always trying to get in. We do everything we can to mitigate them and to have backups in case something does happen. So we have a plan in place, disaster recovery plans, and just to try to be transparent, quickly get that communication out there in the event that something does happen. I mean, given enough years and decades, something's going to happen. We try everything we can to prevent it, and I think we're in a really good spot, especially with our backups, because we can at least recover. If the cloud if everything in Beecher goes down and the cloud backup's gone, I mean, that's we got more to worry about than a couple of computers here. So, and for security, besides like the locks and buzzers and all that we have in the windows and all that in the building, we have a screening system that screens the visitors. We have an in-house video surveillance system, so we can adjust and modify cameras and whatever we need right in-house. We don't have to keep going to a third party. And we have a phishing education system. So that was most everything with our basic, because Jack knows about those phishing emails. Everyone gets them. All the staff knows, and we've been trained slowly to watch out for those phishing emails. So I just want to talk a little bit about registration, unless anyone had any questions for technical stuff. Any kind of summary. There's our registration dates, July 17th through 20th. Our late day is the Thursday from 12 to 7. We'll close on Friday. So general office hours all summer are going to be 8 to 2, Monday through Thursday. And we are doing something this year where parents have students in multiple buildings. They can actually come on Tuesday or Thursday, and I think on Thursday, SPED will be here as well. they can come to one spot to get all the registration done. So if they do need to do it in person, they don't have to hop around to all the buildings. It's high school and elementary and sped. We don't have junior high yet, maybe in the future. We also have a new insurance option. This is what we've discussed, in some of the previous board meetings. So, as I was saying, the screens, $90, most common, or $110 for a touchscreen. Keyboards, they come in assemblies. You can't replace the parts. It's probably just like a car. They're designing them to be assembly modules, so you have to replace the whole keyboard, even if one key is destroyed. That's $90. So the insurance cost, which is completely optional, just provides the families an option for if they break something, if a key gets ripped off, whatever happens, just gives them an option to even it out. It's funded by us. Our goal with this program is to break even. So we're going to adjust our costs. We don't want to make anything. We just want to provide a valuable service at the market rate and try to give them a fair price of whatever just covers our costs, so that it's an option to even out those kind of bumps for people who would like to take advantage of not having a $100 or $300 bill if something happens. And there's just a couple examples of the insurance, like with and without, what a repair would cost. And it is $325 to repair a Chromebook. So a lot of times what will happen is if you break a screen, you might dent the case. Now the case is dented or cracked, so you can't have that flopping around, so you have to replace the back case. And then there's a bezel around the screen that cracks too. So you're already getting to like $150, $180 if it's not just the screen. So it's just a $25 deductible for the people that are enrolled in insurance. So that's technology in a nutshell. Oops, there we go.
And that deductible will cap out at $325. So if you have a extremely irresponsible student who breaks their stuff on a regular basis, once they got to $325, that deductible would be paid, and it would then be, I guess you would
It'll
say,
exhaust
on
the
house.
policy and you could repurchase it.
Yeah.
So once it's exhausted, you could repurchase the policy on, let's say, your third or fourth, you'd be on your fourth screen breakage, so it'd be a good investment for that student.
And so this will be an option, we have to click in PowerSchool since it's optional.
Yeah, it's not an opt-in or an opt-out, it sets it as a default to nothing, you just choose yes or no. Do you want to participate? They do have to pay before basically before the first day of school, so they can't get 3 weeks down the road and be like, well, I clicked it, but I didn't pay, but now that I broke it, we want to get the coverage. So they do need to pay, and it's going to be clear, and we'll remind them, so anyone who does.
So will it show up on registration fees, like a gym uniform, like that thing when we do it? Will it be a
Yes.
part of the, okay.
Well, yeah, so the payment is slightly different because it doesn't automate. The systems we have do not transfer the fees directly,
Okay.
but we will be, once registration's in, we'll be transferring those fees
Okay.
manually for this particular item.
Okay.
We couldn't get our data automation does not work on it because.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, I don't want,
System
I paid what it said and then it
That's-
didn't.
We've been
so-
trying to work actually for fees automation for 7 years, and we have not found a good system to do that. That's PowerSchool compatible and good for the way we operate here. So.
Okay.
How many people use the hotspot?
Well, we had about 45 or 50 during the 2020 and 21 years. We probably have about 14 now, if I had to kind of give a rough ballpark. So that's where we're at. Sometimes I check them in and out. Someone might need one, say, hey, I'm new to the district, Comcast isn't getting here for 2 weeks, and they'll bring it back sometimes. Sometimes it's more of a permanent thing. Sometimes a staff member needs it. It's just whoever, wherever the need is, we have them. So. I'm just glad I'm not sick today. So. I was sick last time I came up here. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Joe. Larson, you don't feel obligated to stay, buddy. You good?
Yeah.
You do civic duty back there?
He was here for the school links, is what he was waiting for me to say.
Okay, next item. I need a motion to accept the renewal of the non-tenured staff.
So moved.
Second.
Yurchenko?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Flickling?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, and I need a motion to accept the renewal of non-certified staff.
So moved.
Second.
Herman?
Yes.
Flickling?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Yurchenko?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, moving on to the new business items of the agenda.
Did we do that policy 2.140?
That's the,
Yeah, that's it.
that's the,
FOIA.
yeah, the FOIA
FOIA.
policy.
Two commercials.
So,
Okay, so, A, motion to accept the resignation of junior high girls basketball coach Kevin Pavich.
Pavsic?
Pavich,
Kevin.
sorry.
So moved?
Mhm.
Okay, I wasn't sure if someone else could.
Second.
Herman?
Yes.
Flickling?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Yurchenko?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I need a motion to accept the resignation of high school varsity volleyball coach Kristen Payne.
So moved.
Second.
Flickling?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Yurchenko?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I need a motion to accept the resignation of teacher's aide Gina Grafin.
So moved. Second.
Flickling?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Yurchenko?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I need a motion to accept the resignation of high school boys assistant varsity basketball coach Carrie Peichel.
So moved. Second.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Yurchenko?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Flickling?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I need a motion to approve the employment of elementary school teacher Lynette Naylor.
So moved. Second.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Yurchenko?
Yes.
Herman?
Abstain.
Flickling?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I need a motion to approve the technology insurance as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Yurchenko?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Flickling?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I need a motion to approve the summer driver's education course.
So moved. Second.
Missouri?
Yes.
Yurchenko?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Flickling?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I need a motion to approve the KCC joint agreement as submitted.
So moved.
Second.
Yurchenko?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Flickling?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I don't know of any of the executive session items, do you?
I do not have any from the board, unless you guys have anything to discuss.
Okay, moving on to other discussion items. Now we're down to our food services.
So last year, we went out for bid, and we got three companies to come back. The low bidder did not satisfy the bid requirements, so Arbor Management at that time was the second lowest bid. You guys approved them at a $3.49 per meal reimbursement. In November, the state came out and said because of the shortage in food, that they're going to reimburse schools another 40 cents per meal. And so we passed along that number to Arbor, which was now at $3.89. We had a meeting with them 2 weeks ago for renewal, and they are unable to renew our contract because our contract limits them to a 5% increase. The number they provided me was $4.90 a meal. Exactly. To which I told them, there's no way I can bring $4.90 back to my board. They would laugh at me, as Larry just did, thank you for helping me out here, that they need to do it better. Now, again, they're saying the same thing. They're losing money on our account. across the board, it's everywhere. I have reached out to other people who have Arbor as their company, and sure enough, they have risen prices a lot. So when I was in Peoria last week, I met with Jeff and Kathy again, and they talked to their head honcho, who's also named Jack, and they figured out by realigning some of the things, that number could come down to $465. So we have two options right now. Now, unofficially, the state reimbursement's probably going to be at $420 something a meal. So if all of that is true, we will be losing money next year on the food program. Not here to make money,
No,
but
we would like to break even.
correct. So you're probably going to see a $50,000 to $60,000 hit. Now, the state may also come back and realize that if every one of these contract vendors are going out and saying, we can't afford this at $380, we need to do $480, the state may come back, or the state may add another 40 cents, which would then make us break even. So option one is, that's, it is what it is. The nice thing about Arbor being in charge of this is I've had zero worries about people getting fed this year. They're in charge of the employees. They have 6 people here every single day, and if their supervisor has to step in, their supervisor stepped in. I don't have to worry about, who's going to feed the kids today. That is a significant breath of fresh air every single day.
And I haven't heard a lot of complaints about it either from the students.
You have not, yeah, correct. And so in terms of, it is what it is. So we can continue down that path. The other option we have, I did reach out to both Mr. Stein and Dr. Palin into possibly co-oping with them and sharing one of their food service supervisor. We have really taken a long conversation, and I haven't gone too far with that, but we're going to run into a similar problem we had last year. If we take it back in, even if we share someone with Peatone or Grant Park, probably Grant Park, they're a little bit closer. If we do share somebody with them, well, it's still our responsibility to make sure our employees are here every single day. We need to find the subs, and as you guys know, we can't find custodians. I know it's really easy to say, well, mom will come in and cook. They don't. I know it's something we want to say they want to do. They don't. It's a 5-hour job, and it's just not a thing. We probably will break even. We might save a little money going that route. So what I really need from this board is a direction. Would you like me to re-engage Grant Park and see if that is a viable option? I don't even know if their food service director would say yes. For all I know, they might say, nope.
Or like last time, we had one, and then right before school started, they pulled out.
Yeah, and we did actually post it. We posted the position when I got the number of 490, and I've had applicants.
Yeah. That's more of what I'm afraid of, even if we do get, like last time, school was getting ready to start, and we're scrambling because we don't have a way to feed the kids.
Right.
And then you're paying whatever because you don't have any options at that point.
It is not an easy decision. It's not an easy position to be in right now.
When will you find out how much the state gives?
When they release their numbers, probably sometime in July or August.
So also, too.
Yep.
So just a question about that. So how does that work? So their fee, let's say it's going to be $465, and let's say the state's going to come back and be nice and pay $450. So is like that 15 cent like our responsibility to reimburse?
Right. So
and then that's our only fees with this?
Yeah, so when I say it's $465, that means all in for them, for the manpower, for the food, everything. If one of our kids buys a meal, Arbor charges us $4.65 for that meal. The state, when I say reimbursement, if a kid buys lunch, they pay the difference. So if the reimbursement's for, let's say it's a free meal. If there's a free meal given out, we get $4.20, or right now it's $3.89 from our $4.13 from the state. We get that in terms of our reimbursement at the end of the year. So next year, if we give up free lunches, we would be losing that difference, any lunch.
And then, so when we're talking about perhaps possibly sharing administration with another school for food service, and like you said, there are hiccups with that where you may not have staff, they may call off sick. But are we looking, if we did something like that, just saying if it went perfect, doesn't that include like extra employees? Then we're looking at salaries and packages and whatnot, so isn't this more of a cost-effective choice anyhow?
The 465.
In your experience?
So if you can in-house it, you actually are gonna save a little bit of money, because then you can control, sounds mean, you control the salaries, you can control those kind of things, because it's more of, it sounds really neat. They're non-union members, folks, I'm gonna get lit up on them.
You can't spin anything you very well,
Right.
so just do it.
They're at-will employees, so if you say, you know, you're coming in, you're making 16 or 15 an hour, it's 15 to 16 an hour. So there are ways you can do a price control on that. We would use more of our commodities that are provided to us, but if I'm telling you we're saving hundreds of thousands of dollars by doing it ourselves, no. Like I said, we would probably break even. At the end of the day, we'd probably break even with doing it ourselves, with a significant lot more stress and anxiety and concern about getting our kids fed. Now, this person in Grant Park may say, you know what, I can do it. I got 25 people in line. It's not gonna be a problem at all. We check mark that box. But again, I don't want to engage Dr. Palin in a conversation with one of his employees without some kind of thought from you guys.
Is the,
But with Arbor, for lowering the price, are they going to guarantee the same quality and quantity that we're getting now for this price?
So the change in manpower is, right now they have a account manager on site every day. So that person's kind of the one that steps in, but their primary job is to make sure the books are kept. They order the food, they do those kind of things. So in lieu of that person being here every day, which is a salaried employee, they would instead bring a supervisor on site who would basically just oversee the 6 employees that they have here. And then they would add us to a rotation with, I believe they said Elwood and Dwight. They share one, so that person would come in once or twice a week. They would make sure everything is ordered, monitored, make sure the supervisor's doing what they need to do, and then they would move along. So you would lose some of that, accounting part of it, but it'd still be in their hands, and it's their responsibility to do so.
But I mean, is Arbor going to lower the quality and quantity to make up for the loss of the...
In terms of food?
Yeah, in terms of food.
It would still be the same food. So what they order and what they serve will still be the same. The only difference is going to be the manpower on site to make sure, and that's why it's not going to be a salaried employee. It's going to be, one of those price controlled FL. Yeah, we're going to save money.
would the money lost be just within the free lunches? Like, what if, not that I would want to do this, but if you had the price and we're increasing the price to make up for the deficit, because lunch is optional, not optional, but
Right.
you can make your lunch.
So you're allowed to raise it by a certain amount each year to get a weighted average. Last year, the weighted average was 319. So we increased it last year to reach that limit. That number has not gone up enough to where I want to bring it to the board. Correct.
Okay.
But yeah, we can't go out and say, well, kids, we're going to charge you $4.50 for lunch. That's not allowed. So you have to be within a weighted average across your stuff. Good question. Now we can charge staff lunches on $10 staff lunch, but and Steve would complain.
No.
So would you like me to at least talk to Dr. Palin, see if that's a viable option, and if he says, you know what, it's just not going to be renewed for a year, and see what happens. I mean, again, this is a 1-year renewal as well, so.
It doesn't hurt to ask to see if they're even interested,
Okay.
because that might just make the decision for us.
Right.
Calling you, John. Be ready. He watches our board meeting. Okay. Will do.
Okay, high school roofing, insurance is paying, or are we still waiting for that?
So, I sent you guys part of my board packet. So there's 2 parts of it. So the den, as Mr. Meyer calls it, because that's where we play, it's our den now. That is going to be covered by insurance. We're still waiting for the final go-ahead on that one. And so that is taken care of. The part that we had bid out, and we had 7 companies coming in bid, was both the entrance and the science wing. Do I have anybody who was on this? Who do I have to talk about? Julie, Ron, what facilities? Juan was facilities. And Julie and Juan were the only facilities folks we had? Who was our third? Larry, are you on facilities?
It might have been Janet.
Okay, anyway. Anyway, so when we met with the old board, when we met with facilities, we talked about, we have a $50,000 maintenance grant that is sitting there. That money has actually already been provided to the district. Now, if we don't spend it, we have to send it back to the state, and I really don't want to give the state back any money. So when we had that meeting, we talked about just doing this portion. We assumed it would be around $90,000. Just do this, cut that in half, we'd get 45 and 45. Well, since we had companies out here to look at it anyway, we said, hey, why not bid also this spot as well? The total came back at, low bid was 128. And so Total Roofing happened to be the same company that was the low bid. So what I'd like to do is have a facilities meeting to kind of talk to the new board. I know the old board wanted to do this for sure, but adding this for another $40,000 and.
Well, because that was where our cold got in and we had our pipe burst.
Right.
So yeah, that needs addressed.
Yeah, and I think that personally, as superintendent, I think this is a no-brainer. I think this is, you already have them out here doing the den and that section. To have them here, I'm guessing that's part of the cost savings. But before the June 12th, I would like to have a facilities meeting with whatever the new facilities group is to kind of have that conversation. And then the good news is all your rubber roofs at the high school will be taken care of. And I think we can actually pump our brakes. I don't want to say that without Mike still over here. Never mind. So. So that's what's going on with this high school roof. Just for reference, they still have not been paid for their sandbags. That's what Larry was like. He popped by my office. They did that, what, in January? It was
That's what I was
approved in
wondering, because I
March.
knew they were still kind of having problems getting paid. Did ServPro ever get paid?
So ServPro got their $477,000 check from Gallagher.
They did finally?
That portion of it. They are
Right.
still waiting on the second lump sum from Cincinnati, $300 and some odd thousand. So. Hence why the punch list is still not done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't be in a big hurry to come back and help us out either if I wasn't getting money, so. But I promise you, I'm doing everything I can to get people paid. And I'm not paying them out of our pocket.
Yeah, no, that's our insurance they can do. Company and stuff. Then talking about committees that are being formed, I kind of want to do something a little different. Usually we sit down, the president and the superintendent kind of do our committees. I would like everybody, if you would email me, you're on 3 committees. If you would email me like 2 that you're really passionate about, I kind of would like to get you in at least 1 when I'm kind of doing them, because I think you'll do a better job if you're interested in it. You can always come to any committee meeting as we kind of keep it, but I'd like to have people on it that's their interest and that's kind of what they want to do. So if you could get that to me the next day or 2, so then I can get those out so they can start scheduling the meetings, that would be wonderful.
Do you want to send them a list of the committees that are available?
Yes, I can, and what they are. Yeah, I'll do a quick little, like, kind of blurb of what each one entails too, because sometimes you'll see the name and you're like, I don't know what that means. So yeah, I'll send that out tonight, so you guys will have that.
A friendly reminder to our new board members, when you email other board, you always BCC people, you never CC. So whenever I send you something, I always send it to Katie and I BCC you all. That way when you hit reply, you only reply to me.
Yeah,
You're
can't
not
reply
vi-
all. That's fine.
Correct, you're never
That's
going to
fine.
violate, well, you can reply onto a BCC, you're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
You're not violating any kind of OMA. So.
Okay, so any items anyone would want to add for the June board meeting? Probably not right now, since nobody.
Right. I probably will also need a finance meeting over the next month. We'll go over the amended budget, and I'll probably give you an update on the Arbor situation at that time. Let you know if the 465 is where we went or if it's the other way. We could also go back out to bid. That is extremely cumbersome, and we're a little late in the game on that one, but that's always an option as well. Not one I would recommend.
Okay. Upcoming dates, we have our June 12th board meeting, we have high
May-
school graduation.
Yep,
that
May
the board
19th.
members-
Yep. Please make sure you respond to Mr. Meyer if you are attending. May 22nd is the 8th grade promotion.
23rd.
23rd, that's what did I say?
22nd, 23rd.
Appreciate it. Team player back there.
Exactly right.
23rd, thank you.
23rd.
23rd. Tuesday. That's right, because Dr. Quasi's back on the 22nd, that's what I have in my head. So 23rd, so if you wanted to attend that one. At the high school one, you do hand out the diplomas. At the 8th grade one, you're supporting them.
Well, you can just support the high school too. I don't like the hand out diplomas.
You could, yes.
I didn't like it when I had to do it the first time.
When is our Teamster contract?
That is up in June, so I'm still, allegedly, they have met and they have an idea what they would like, but they have not reached out to me to say they would like to engage in conversation with the board. So I figured once the new president now has a negotiation team, maybe I could reach out to Ms. Beck, who's the, to see what they have to say.
Okay, so we don't have anything else to add. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Or seconded, whatever.
Herman and Missouri.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
There you go, Mike.